I'm supposed to say good morning, right? But I'm going to say top of the morning to you because it's St. Patrick's Day and every single driver heads to Las Vegas with hopes of winning big. But guess what? It was Josh Berry who found the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow or at the end of the Las Vegas Motor Speedway race. Hi, everyone. I'm Shannon Spake. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hope you guys had a great weekend. If you made your way back from the West Coast, I hope you made it back very safely. Josh Berry, congratulations to him getting the big victory. And listen, this is a guy who's pretty much done it all. He was a bank teller. He's won races for Dale Earnhardt Jr. now for, of course, the Wood brothers, getting them their 101st victory. He was the winningest driver in the Cars Tour history. And I had no idea. I was shocked to find out that he was actually classmates with Taylor Swift. Did you guys know this? I can't wait to talk to him about all of that because today is all about Josh Berry. All right. Well, let's say hi to Josh Berry, who I know you probably have a very busy day. So I appreciate you taking a few minutes this morning to join us. How do you feel?
I feel good. Obviously, it was a busy afternoon. It's gonna be a busy week for sure, but just so cool to be a winner in the NASCAR Cup Series and to have it happen at a place like Las Vegas. That's been so good to me over the years is really special.
Yeah, it's so crazy because I feel like when I sat down with you really early in your career, in your Xfinity Series career, you obviously are really, really good at short tracks. And so when I saw this win, it took me a second to realize that you have had success there in the Xfinity Series. Because when you think of Josh Berry, you think of like a short track racer. You think of Phoenix and Martinsville and those types of places. What is it about Las Vegas you think that's just connected with you?
Yeah, I don't know. It's been a surprise, I guess, in a way, a little bit, especially in the Xfinity car. I was, my first win there. I was substituting for Michael Annett in
Hmm.
the number one car, and we had such a good car that night, and I remember winning, and it was just the best wins are the ones that you don't see coming, right? Like if I would have won at a short track, I guess then you'd see it more coming, right? But going to intermediate track and winning even back then was so cool, and it was something that I had really wanted to check off my list because of just because of my background. I wanted to win on different types of tracks, and to carry that over to the Cup Series has been that's it's just a really big deal, right? I think
Hmm.
from our side of things. On the 21 team and everybody at Ford, right? Like we're constantly working to try to improve the intermediate style tracks
Yeah.
and continue to get faster and better. And so go out there and to get a win is a big deal.
When did it like sink in? Because I saw your interview with Jamie, and I know when you guys climb out of that race car, there's just so much still going on, and you're still kind of like eyes bright. We saw you standing on the car, your legs kind of shaking a little bit in victory lane. So when it settles in, and you realize A, that you've won in the Cup Series, and B, you've done it for Wood Brothers Racing, like what's that? What was it that sort of when it hit you?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's starting to a little bit here or there, but I think it's just going to take some time to process, right? Like as you just going through, it just seems like after you win, right? Like the excitement of everything, um, kind of just running off adrenaline, right? And you're just soaking it all in. And one of the biggest things I wanted to do yesterday was just take my time and everything as much as I could, right? Just the post race celebration and victory lane. Like I just wanted to spend, I didn't want to rush through it. Like I just wanted
God,
to
I'm
enjoy that moment.
glad. I'm
And
glad you did that. I'm glad you had
yeah,
the
no, that was
wherewithal to do that, right?
yeah. I mean, it was really, I mean, it was nice, right? Like it was nice to enjoy all that. And I don't know when it's going to sink in exactly, but I think winning in the Cup Series is such a big deal, and so many of us. Nearly all of us drivers, right? We grew up as kids, as fans, watching, our heroes race Cup cars on Sundays, and dreamed of racing in the Cup Series, and then let alone winning in the Cup Series is another thing. And I think I'm most proud of how we did it in the race cars we've had.
Mhm.
It wasn't luck. It wasn't super speedway. We missed the crash
Yeah.
and won the race, right? Like we went out and won at a really tough racetrack, and we've been in contention. Really 3 out of the 5 races this year, we've been up front and been in
Mhm.
contention, and very well could have done that at Daytona as well. So I don't know. There's just a lot to process. I think it takes some time, but I'm definitely enjoying it.
let me ask you, this win was such a popular win, Josh, not surprising. But when you look at Twitter, it's just, I mean, or X, everybody is just commenting. Mark Martin, I mean, Dale Jr., everybody from top to bottom. What is it like to get that, to receive that love from so many people, your peers, people that you've looked up to, and just across the entire NASCAR universe?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, it's really special, right? I think, I've been very fortunate over the, last, especially 5 or 6 years to, drive for a number of different owners and, build a lot of relationships in this sport. And, I think anytime you see a first time winner, I think it's a pretty popular one typically, but to do it for the Wood brothers.
Don't put yourself down. It's not just a first-time winner. You are
Yeah.
loved in the garage because of your story, because of how hard you fought, and the story that you've come through. So don't downplay the amount of love that you are deserved from everybody.
Well, I think you're right. I mean, I think that there's some respect there amongst the garage and a lot in the industry that have, a lot of these guys probably watched me race on Saturday nights, watched Cars Tour races
Yeah.
or, big late model stock shows and maybe tweeted nice things about me then saying, man, this guy just needs opportunity. Right.
That's
And,
right.
no, I've definitely seen that before. Mark Martin's one that comes to mind in that regard. But yeah, I mean, you add in the Wood brothers, right? I mean, it's their 75th season. We've been off to such a good start, and they're just such great people. I
Mhm.
mean, everyone in the garage loves the Wood brothers. I mean, they're just such great people. They've done so much to the sport. Been here, for 75 years, like I said. So I know that you pair the two together, and it makes it pretty popular. I feel like.
Before I let you go, Taylor Swift, like, we didn't know this. Like, this is the first time I heard this. Is this common knowledge that you went to school with her? It's
Yeah,
crazy.
so it's kind of one of those deals where so we did go to the same high school. I
That's
think she was a grade above me. I don't remember too much about that time, other than we were at the same school,
that's cool.
and I'm pretty sure she sang in our talent show, which that was pretty cool because we were like, "Man, she's pretty good," like
That's
now
awesome.
she makes it. But yeah, it's kind of one of those deals where like I haven't really said a whole lot about it. Somewhere along the way, somebody was like, "Hey, do you have anything interesting about you?" And I thought of that and said that, and it kind of took off from then. And it was funny, that was years ago. And then when the Taylor and Travis Kelsey thing all started, it was like it come back around again, and I was getting all these questions about it again. But yeah, it's a cool story. I didn't know her or anything. A couple of my friends did, but yeah, it's true.
Something in the water there. That's awesome. I love that story. I love looking back on folks that we went to high school with and seeing people that did great things, and certainly the two of you are examples of that. Josh, I always love having conversations with you. I'm super happy for you, and keep it going. Hopefully we have you on here many Mondays on NASCAR Daily.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, have a great day.
Thank you.
Hugely popular win. Josh Berry getting it done. I have a feeling we'll see him a lot on NASCAR Daily this season. Before we move forward with the race, I do want to shout out my producer, Austin. Take a look at the set design that he had for a little St. Patrick's Day. Shannon, I'm a little Irish, top of the morning to you, so I'm celebrating as well. So I thank Austin for getting this done. Okay, let's get on to the race because the dice in the casino, not the only thing that we're rolling in Las Vegas this weekend. Tires were rolling everywhere. So many drivers had issues, and so many big drivers had issues out there. Ryan Blaney, from start to finish the entire weekend. Of course, he had to start in the back of the field. He had a long stop under green. He went a couple of laps down. Just when he looked like he might be saving or salvaging somewhat of a day, he wasn't. He had a wreck, hit the outside wall, and he ended up finishing 35th. Ryan Blaney, certainly one of those drivers, probably very happy to get on that airplane and head back east to the Charlotte, North Carolina area and put Las Vegas way behind him. Kyle Busch also had some issues. I know there were a lot of people who were betting Kyle Busch would win on his home track. He had a wheel fall off, hit the wall, just lots of things going on. I know that there's going to be lots of penalties coming down from Las Vegas Motor Speedway, so we'll have to tune in for those a little bit later. We had some slow stops on pit road. Man, pit road was a killer for so many drivers. Tyler Reddick did not get any air on that Air Jordan car. He got time, maybe hang time, right? But not the right kind of hang time for putting that tire on. A slow pit stop. So did our defending champion Joey Logano. Slow pit stop. So a lot of big name drivers had big time issues out in Las Vegas. And if you want to see a breakdown from a lot of the stuff that took place at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, make sure that you check out Inside the Race, and you can find that on NASCAR's YouTube channel. Dylan Welch and Steve Letarte break it all down. They did that on Sunday. So really great info that you don't want to miss out on. All right, before we let you go, I do have to give a shout out, a best day ever, maybe best weekend ever, to the Thunderbirds. So I am a huge fan of air shows, of anything military, of fighter airplanes, fighter jets. My dad flew F-4s in Vietnam, and I wasn't in Las Vegas, but the camera angles that we had this weekend of those fighter planes and those fighter jets doing what they did over Las Vegas Motor Speedway, I'm so jealous. They put on such a show. You guys are bad to the bone. Thank you so much for doing what you do and putting on a show for us before we put on a show for you guys. So what a scene it was out there. The Thunderbirds, they rock. Jesse Punch will be here tomorrow. It's a little Social Speedway Tuesday. I will be back on Wednesday. It's going to be an exciting week here on NASCAR Daily. Congratulations again to Josh Berry. Oh, so excited for him. So excited for Wood Brothers Racing. I'm sure it's going to be a great week of celebration before we head down to Miami.